the Cholesterol Code is a documentary that came out recently. I'm really curious about your review because they talk about types of drugs that they get people hooked on because they have high cholesterol.
Mm-hmm.
And recent events have made me question the science. What is this
Yeah.
doc about?
I mean, it's interesting you say that because we've gotten to this point where we're questioning science, the very foundations of our lives and the things we do in our lives, the daily habits we have. And this movie somehow says that maybe we got the science wrong about a certain subject, and that would be cholesterol. The movie features Dave Feldman, who is basically an engineer by trade, but he was on the verge of he was pre-diabetic. I mean, really on the cusp of becoming diabetic, and he decided he needed to turn his life around. So he turned to a completely keto diet, and not only did he get rid of the threat of diabetes, he was healthier, clearer mind. He worked out. He was stronger. I mean, if you looked at his medical report, everything about him is perfect except for one thing, and that was his LDL cholesterol levels. They were off the charts to the point where it was going to be heart attack inducing. That's what, and so his doctors are trying to persuade him to get off the keto diet because what's the point in being healthy if you're going to have a heart attack? And what people do at that point is they begin to question the science. It's like, well, is cholesterol really the reason people are having heart attacks? Is it really the cost of diabetes? Is it really and so what happened is he started doing research and started talking to people and found that this was common for people on the ketogenic diet, where they would be healthy in all aspects except their cholesterol. And so the question was, well, maybe we should use science to prove or disprove that hypothesis. Huh? The problem is Dave is not rich. And also the drug companies don't want to fund a report that could actually get rid of the entire category of statin medication. So what Dave does, and you'll see this in the film, he conducts the very first crowdfunded research project, scientific research project. And the project is this. He takes 200 people who have been on the ketogenic diet, and he does a heart scan, basically to look at the plaque in the arteries of their hearts. And in a year, they're going to continue going on this ketogenic diet, and then they're going to rescan their hearts and see what changes take place. And from there, I will say you need to see the documentary to see what the results are, but I think you can guess what the results are. Again, I think, and let's also say that let's say for hypothesis sake, or that maybe they found that that cholesterol isn't the cause of heart attack. Imagine trying to now tell the medical industry that fact. And
By the way,
that's the third act of this movie.
By the way, Alan and I are not doctors. We're not giving medical advice at all.
No, I'm talking about a movie I saw.
We're merely talking about a documentary. I am on a lot of the drug for high cholesterol. I am also on a keto diet, but I question, am I on a subscription plan for life?
Mm-hmm.
Because my so-called high cholesterol, is this what's going? Is it, look, do they make drugs to cure diseases or make them to have you take them forever for profits? And I think we've seen too many. I mean, Ozempic is rampant in Hollywood. And objectively, I think it makes people look, it's a quick way to lose weight, but it makes people look really unhealthy.
Yeah. And also doesn't change your habits to get you that got you in the place in the first place.
Right. So I'm fascinated. I really want to see this documentary, Alan. What else did you learn?
Yeah. I mean, look,
you're doing keto right now, right?
Yeah, I'm on keto right now. For the same reasons. I was healthy, but I had high blood sugar levels. and they're putting me, they want to put me on this regimen of all this medicine, and quite frankly I started doing it and I got off because of what it was doing to me, and I'm just going to go full keto here. But the thing is that you look, if you look at a lot of the health documentaries that we've reviewed here at Film Threat, the common thing that they all have is it challenges the current way of thinking, especially when it comes to the food pyramid. That maybe a low fat, high fiber diet is not the answer. And that if it was the answer, why are there so many fat people since the 60s, since the late 60s when they instituted it? Maybe science, we're misinterpreting science. And then, you know, and look, having worked at Film Threat and reviewed a lot of these movies, I've realized there's a common theme when it comes to medicine. And it's this idea that that God made the human body wrong and only science can fix that. And that somehow science knows better than God. And you'll see this theme kind of come up subversively in a lot of these documentaries you see about low-fat diets and blah, blah, blah. But also challenging that in the sense of maybe if we went back to the diets that we used to have, you know, the preservatives that are put on our food, maybe the way we grow our food, the pesticides that go into that. Maybe we go back to the way we used to grow food, process food, and the food we ate. You know, the idea of this low fat, that you can't eat red meat anymore. You know, maybe we were wrong about that too. And not to say that, as you mentioned during my review, that we are not doctors and blah, blah, blah. You know, I think it's your body. Everything that happens to your body is your responsibility, and it's up to you, if you want to live a healthy life, to do the research and come up with the conclusions that works best for you. And don't blanketly follow the so-called experts. Do the research. That's all. Do it.